Tell me about yourself and why you want to become a cabin crew. Suggested answer. I'm somebody who is professional, dedicated, and totally committed to providing excellent customer service. Over the years, I have gained experience in many different areas that are matched for the requirements of the role of a cabin crew with Indigo Airlines. For example, I can follow strict rules and procedures to ensure the passengers I am responsible for are safe and looked after at all times during the flight. I can work effectively as a part of a team with the other cabin crew members. I also understand that I'll be a brand ambassador for Indigo Airlines in my role as a cabin crew, and it will be important that I remember the wish list carrying out. If you hire me as a cabin crew with Indigo Airlines, you will be impressed with my strong work ethics, high standards of customer service, and my ability to maintain safety standards at all times. Can cabin crew members wear glasses or contact lenses? Good news is that yes. You can wear either glasses or contact lenses while working as a flight attendant. However, there is some bad news as well. Your vision needs to meet certain standards, so if your vision is too bad without glasses or lenses, unfortunately, airlines won't accept your application. Okay, the usual requirements for vision are that your deadwaters needs to be between +4 to -4 in some cases as 5. Okay, the glasses of a cabin crew member also need to follow the guidelines of the uniform. Usually that means your glasses cannot be casual and your lenses cannot come with color. Another thing to consider is that the air in an aircraft is quite dry. As a result, your eyes with the contact lenses can dry even further. So be prepared to work long hours in a dry environment and buy a proper lenses. To be a cabin crew, do we need to know how to swim? It completely depends on the airline you are applying for. Every international airline asks for this as a requirement. Airlines like Qatar Airways and Emirates, they ask for it. Where if I talk about the domestic ones, they don't ask for it as a mandatory requirement. Domestic airlines in India like Indigo, SpiceJet, Vistara and AirAsia, they don't ask for it, as it is already a part of your training which you undergo after you selected. Generally, it is not a mandatory requirement. The swimming part comes into a play when the aircraft is ditched on the water, as that means landed on the water. Also, you will be getting a life jacket and training is precisely done for that day only. So, swimming will be a part of your safety training. So, do not waste your time and money to get it learned somewhere outside. Do flight attendants get a few weeks off during the summer? Our leaves are not based on season, festivals and birthdays. Company provide fixed amount of leaves to everyone, like it's 34 days for me. It's on us when we want to take these leaves together, which is hard to get, or when I need it now. Everyone requests leaves. Like my company says, put a leave request at least a month prior so that they can work on it accordingly. Now it's not confirmed that I will get my leave on same date. Maybe I'll get, maybe and maybe not. Okay, depends on leave slot availability. But you can swap among each other your leaves, which is good. Like I want a dates which I didn't got, but other person got that day. Okay. Is air hostess a good and secure career? Air hostess cabin crew is definitely a high paying and glamorous job, but job security is less because airlines follow strict fitness and behavioral standard policies which a crew has to adhere to. If a crew fails fitness or a BMI test, which is usually happens every 3 months, get coercion, and if it repeated more than 2 times, get terminated. Also, no crew is allowed to be under influence of alcohol during or 12 hours before their scheduled flight. If they are caught coming to flight under influence of alcohol, get fired at the same time. Reality of aeros training institute. First, it's a big scam, okay? Airlines don't care whatever training you did. Second, and totally not worth it, but end up going to give you the job on the hotel, on the receptions, or at the ground staff, because you can only become a cabin crew once you clear the airline interview, okay? For myself, nobody was there to guide me. Please try it by yourself only, okay? Because private institutes are not authorized by DGCA exam to give flight safety training to the crew, okay? You can only become a cabin crew. You can only become a cabin crew once you clear the airline interview, okay? I can recommend you to like a personality development or communication grooming session you could attend, but and you can also learn these things from the YouTube. So don't waste a year learning all of this, and don't waste your parents' hard-earned money on this such things, because how many years can we work as a cabin crew? It doesn't have an age limit. As long as you are fit and compete, you can fly. But after years of flying, your health doesn't support you. Thus, people choose ground duties as due to pursue a cabin crew. You may have many health problems. Thus, after years of flying, people either quit or they prefer ground duties like training crew. In general, what is the daily work schedule of air hostess? I'm a flight attendant for a major airline, and so I can only speak from my own experience. I'm not sure if you want to know about the actual job on board the aircraft, or if your question is more general, such as the flight time, schedules, etc. So I'll try to answer both, though it may be a long answer, okay? So please watch. On the aircraft, the job is much the same for everyone. Our first and foremost priority is the safety and the security of the flight, the passengers and the crew. Our job is to ensure that nothing goes wrong that could cause injury or harm. We receive extensive training on recognizing, preventing, and reacting to nearly every type of emergency that could come up in the air. And that is the main focus of the job. Secondly, we are there to do what we can to make the passengers' experience a pleasant one. We arrive up 2 hours before departure to attend a safety briefing, organize the flight information, catch up on the latest safety alerts, and plan our flight route. On the plane, we carefully check all of our safety equipment to ensure that it's placed fully charged and ready for use. Just in case we need it, we review all our safety and evacuation procedures, check for life rays, flashlights, oxygen bottles, life rafts and extinguishers, smoke detector, first aid and medical kits, etc. Once the safety related items and procedures have been accomplished, we count meals, beverages and supplies to ensure that we have all we need, and we check the cabin for stray bags or any other suspicious items to ensure that it's safe. Then we begin boarding passengers. Some of us greet everyone with a warm, pleased smile. and help them find their seats, while some of us monitor the overhead space to ensure that the bags won't fall out and that one person doesn't hog the entire space for him or herself. We provide direction as needed as do what we can to make everyone comfortable. When all is ready, the doors close and we prepare for departure. Still, others are busy setting up our galleys for the service. We count the food and ensure that it's properly broiled in the ovens or in the carts. We set up bins for ice and drinks, check meal trays and heat the breads. We make the coffee and tea, prepare glasswares and open the bins. All of this accomplished throughout the boarding process. Once the boarding is done, the doors are closed and we go back into full safety mode. Next comes the safety demo. We demonstrate the use of the safety equipment, seat belts, life vests, oxygen masks, etc., and ensure that the passengers know what to do if an emergency occurs. Then we check the entire airplane for compression and strap into our jump seats for takeoff. We first ensure that everyone and everything is safe, that there were no injuries, fallen bags, and open vents, sick passengers, or other anomalies during takeoff. We monitor the cabins, tend to passengers' need, provide direction, and generally keep an eye on things. We may sit down for a few minutes to rest our feet, but we are always alert for any issue that may arise, such as a medical emergency, dangerous situation, etc. Now, before landing, we ensure the cabin is prepared for asking customers to fasten seat belts, store bags, trays, food trays, etc. before taking our jump seats. Once the door opens, we provide the agent with the necessary paperwork, if any, and then send our passengers on their way with a warm thank you and a smile. Then if we are laying over, we find our ride. Company scheduled limo service that provide us transportation to the hotel. At layovers, we rest and recharge, preparing for the next flight. That's the daily work schedule as it prepares to the due. How to become a cabin crew. The do's and don'ts. If you fit the physical criteria of the airline, height above 155 cm for girls and 170 cm for boys. No visible tattoos or piercing, normal eyesight, no marks or scars on hand and face. And you have passed your 12th standard exams, you are eligible. If you are 18 years and older, you can get through an airline based in India, but you have to be 21 years before an airline based abroad hires you. So, step 1 is clear your 12th standard. If you can talk well and express yourself with ease in a polite manner, you can certainly become a cabin crew. You do not require any diploma to become a cabin crew, and please don't waste your parents' hard-earned money. Please don't waste your parents' hard-earned money on anybody who is asking you to do a diploma. You do not need a diploma or knowledge of anything or the following to clear an airline interview. You do not need to know service training, knowledge of the aircraft, safety training, first aid training, dangerous goods or aviation security training, any drills, firefighting, makeup, hairstyle, housekeeping, ticketing, reservation, alcohol or knowledge of the drinks or how to serve food, drinks or anything, etc. Until and unless you have cleared the airline interview, do not waste a year learning all of them without the appointment letter from the airline. The airline will train you. The airline will train you at whatever is needed after they select you. If you are weak in communication, all you need is someone to help you with just that for a few months, and you are good to go for an interview. Awareness about the industry is not what they are looking for to give you a job. What airlines care about is your attitude towards learning, your enthusiasm about the job, and your cheerful disposition and personality. If you are the kind who wins, complains, sulks, or feel miserable when asked to do something, then this is not the job for you. If you are the polite, pleasant, and happy-go-lucky kinds with a flair for doing things for the other cabin crew is the right grabbed job. Once again, airline train you and give you a cabin crew course. You do not need to know anything before that. Private institutes are not authorized by the DGCA in India to give flight safety training to cabin crew. Only airline service training is also preferable by airlines only. On the other hand, a personality development workshop or program is advisable. If you have issue related to public speaking, language communication and being introvert, okay, don't forget you can only become a cabin crew when you clear all rounds of the airline interview. And guess what, no question are asked about any of those. Do flight attendants get paid for being on reserve? Being on standby, as we call it, it is a part of our job. Some airlines call it reserve and other call it standby. All airlines have this, and as far as I know, everyone get paid for it. It is scheduled in your roster. SBY means standby. You always get paid being on standby, regardless of what. We have two different kinds of standby, though we have home standby and airport standby. When someone have the home standby, it means they will be at home getting paid and waiting for a phone call to get a flight. If someone doesn't get a call during the standby, they still get paid. Airport standby means that they have to go to the airport and be ready to get any flight. If the crew doesn't get a call at home or at the airport, they're still getting paid. Personally, I absolutely love being on home standby. Yes, it can be stressful and you can't really go out and do much during that period because you can get called at any given minute. But still, it is lovely to be in the comfort of your own home, getting paid and being on duty. I once had standby rest, and in my roster, I did not get any phone calls during my 2 standby days, and after that, I had my 2 days off. It was almost like having 4 days off in a row. What are the secrets of air hostess? What are some better truths of being an air hostess? First, people think that air hostess are very hi-fi and belong to 5-star category, but it's not so. Most of them came from middle-class family and have to adopt a hi-fi lifestyle while traveling with hi-fi people. Second, people think that their jobs are easy and other than normal service, they don't have to do anything. But it's not that way. They have to maintain some number of flying per month, and once you leave the flight, they may have to proceed in another flight or same in continuation. In long flights for around 3 hours like Mumbai to Kolkata and back, they may have to cover both the sectors, and in service flight they have to serve refreshments, water, etc. and attend calls. Think of a person moving around the cabin continuously for 6 hours and during ground time plus before and after flight completion. How much exhausted he would be. Third, they don't have a fixed duty timings and are flying most of the time is different phase of the day. So they don't have a planned routine work. Fourth, food is another bitter truth about them. To keep them agile and awake, they take tea and coffee more than the normal person and thus affecting their body system. Moreover, taking aircraft food regularly is not healthy and that too affects them. Fifth, they are well trained to attend any eventuality or emergency during the flight and are last person to deplane. Don't you think that they are more devoted to passengers' life than their own? 6. Some dirty people think that they are easily attracted to money, but that not way any girl having that character could be. 7. Some passengers think that they have purchased the ticket means they have purchased everything of the plane, and so The dirty looks from some indecent passengers is another bitter truth. The most obvious secret is that they are trained to be ready for disaster. They are tougher and smarter than you might think. If I was in a burning building and a flight attendant was there, I would feel confident that she or he could figure things out, the situation about as well as the average fireman. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is our depth tutorial with you all again. So let's start today's video. Okay, in this video I'm going to give you some top cabin crew interview mistakes that you should never do. Okay, so let's start the video. First one, arriving late. Punctuality is of top priority in the airline industry. Okay, use Google Map to find the exact location of the interview venue and arrive at least 15 minutes before the interview starts. Okay, then second one, weak handshake. Okay, shaking hands is probably the first close encounter between you and the interviewer, so make it a great first encounter. Okay, show enthusiasm and confidence by giving a firm, friendly handshake. Okay, now tip number 3, negative body language. Be aware of your posture at all time. Don't slouch, don't cross your legs, don't fold your arms. Display confident and positive body. Use minimum hand gestures while talking. Okay, and if you want another detail, so please go and check out my flight attendant interview preparation playlist. Okay, I have already covered this week. Okay, then maintain comfortable eye contact. Nod your head to show that you are good at least you are a good listener. Okay, show that you are happy to be there. Relax and keep smiling. Okay, and fourth one, sitting before being invited. I personally committed this grave sign. Okay, the interviewer opened the door to let me into the room. Once inside, I immediately sat on the first chair I saw. It turned out to be the wrong chair. Okay, so the interviewer asked it to stand up and sit on another chair. Okay, embarrassing. Obviously, I didn't get the job that time. Sit only where and when you ask it, it shows courtesy and respect. Okay, please go first them. Okay, wish them. Okay, say hello sir, good morning, how are you? Okay, this type of it. Then once you're done with your greeting, okay, they will going to say to you sit down, and always say that thank you sir. Okay, now fifth one, chewing gum and smoking. Big no. Okay, it shows lack of respect for the authority. Don't ever chew your gums, okay, or smoke even while waiting at the lobby. Okay, for the interview to begin, remember that you are being watched the whole time. Okay, now sixth one, close-ended or open-ended response. Don't respond to the interviewer's questions with just a yes or a no. Build living chats or by telling a short positive story. Okay, because interview is just a game of a communication. Okay, it's just a game of speaking. You have to speak on it. Okay, you cannot answer it just like a one word answer. Okay, you have to speak. Okay, now interview question, what motivates you to become a cabin crew? You can answer this like that. Okay, my aim is to be a successful person, which will give me a social reputation as well as a good life. At exploring some opportunities, creating some new customer, all of my source of motivation when it comes to my job. Okay, end of the answer. You can say that's why I have applied for this job, and because I know I will continue to be motivated and therefore work to my full potential. Then answer 2, the challenges of solving a new problem every day motivates me to take up this role. Okay, now answer number 3, my biggest motivation to get this job is my long-term goal of helping a large number of people. This job gives me opportunities to contribute towards my job. Okay, now please don't use some unless fact to answer this question. Okay, I'm motivated to get this job because I have always wanted to work in your airline or a company. Okay. And second, your company located to in a downtown. It is very close to my house. Okay, don't say it. Okay. Then next question, how long would you work for us? Okay. So sample answer, I would like to start my professional career in a reputed airline or a company like yours, and would love to work with your airline or a company and achieve more and more to build my skills and knowledge. There is no question of quitting. Also, also explain your short and long term goals, because this reflects your interest in the airline or a company. Okay. Now second one, I will not you fake promise. Okay, I will work until your airline or a company requires my service and satisfied with my work. This company has the capacity to offer me best satisfying career. And answer 3, I would like to work as long as I am being given tasks, promotions and good recognition for my work. If I'm selected, it is my pleasure and I will give you my best. Okay. Now let's move to the next slide. Okay. Standard trainings airlines provide to become a cabin crew. Okay. आफ्टर जब आप इंटरव्यू में सिलेक्ट हो जाते हो, ओके, सारे राउंड्स क्लियर कर लेते हो, आपकी 3 मंथ्स की ट्रेनिंग होती है, उसके बारे में बताती हूँ. ठीक है, क्या क्या होता है सब इस वीडियो में कवर होने वाला है. ठीक है. नाउ फर्स्ट वन, okay, grooming. Okay, your airline will training you according to their own grooming standards. Okay, they will suggest you makeup products and shades from their own selected makeup brands, shades or cuts. Okay, they might also suggest hair treatments or haircuts. Okay, now suggestion, do not invest color or a cut, or do experiment on your hair or a fake makeup, because your airlines might ask you to do something exactly opposite of what you already did. Okay, now second one, announcements. Okay, your airlines will teach you how to make announcements in the aircraft. Your airline will also explain as make you learn all the briefings, announcement for people sitting on emergency row, pregnant lady, passenger using wheelchair, blind passenger. Okay, then third, aircraft. Okay, your airline will train you according to aircraft you got selected for, like A320, 777 or ATR. Okay, will familiarize you with the aircraft by telling you about meaning of chimes or signs in the aircraft, will tell you about position of emergency equipments present in an aircraft. Okay, now emergency. Your airline will train you for every expected or unexpected emergency. Okay, will tell you how to operate all the equipments in your flight. Most importantly, will tell you how to operate the doors of the aircraft for successful evacuation. Okay, now first aid. Okay, your airline will introduce you to medical emergencies, will also tell you about medication to be given to the passengers according to the symptoms. Okay, will teach you how to review the passenger by giving CPR, or how to deliver a baby, etc. Okay, now drills. Your airlines will introduce you to fire, water ditching, emergency landing. You have to clear all the drills, and only then you will get your license. Okay, you will be asked to at least float with a life jacket or use fire extinguisher, etc. Okay, in the trainings. Okay, then next one, customer service. Customer service comes in the last. Okay, it's not all, it's first, okay, you have to count it. Okay, last it's come, customer service, and the main what we do. Okay, so Customer service. Your airline will train you according to their own customer service standards, and the service airline provide full service or a sales. Okay, will teach you how to serve food, beverages to passengers. Will teach you how to deliver excellent customer service. Okay. Now other trainings. There will be a few other trainings too, where you are going to learn your airlines as well aviation authority rules, regulation, or as a policies. Okay. Also we'll learn about restricted items on board, self-defense, threats, etc. Okay. Now important. These slides are here to help you understand types of training you can expect, to help you to be prepared on what you should invest. Okay, your hard work. Okay.